and welcome back to Raveheim. My name is Ravewood, and, well, it's been a few episodes since we've killed a boss, and I'm pretty much done with the swamp area, aside from I've got some plans for later farms. I think it's time that we take out Bone Mass, which is this right here is the summoning altar. But before we do that, we gotta get some preparation done here first, though. I don't want to be eating honey and raw, I keep saying raw, cooked pork for fighting the third boss. Because the first two bosses were easy. The third boss, Bogmass, he is where things actually get difficult. So, I've already done a little bit of prep work here when I was here in the past, and raised up the ground as much as I can around here to reduce having water in the area. I even made a water bridge over to the teleporter on top of that sunken crypt. In the last episode, we built up this big watchtower viewing area to be able to look at the rest of the islands, and part of my goal for that was to have a place to move the episode goals in so that we could control the lighting and get better video while we're doing this. And I am happy to say that that has been 100% successful, except that the smoke over there from the hearth is a little bit of a problem, so yeah. Always things that could be improved. I really need to just figure out how I want to vent the smoke from this room. Right now it's just kind of going up the stairwell like outside. So, for this episode, I already talked about how I want to take out Bone Mass, but that's going to start off with doing some preparation work. Particularly, I've already got all the gear leveled up that I want, so I've got the level 4 mace, which is pretty much the best weapon that you can use against Bone Mass in melee. He's resistant to slashing and piercing weapons, so the bow is pretty much useless, and axes are also not particularly useful. Same with the pickaxe. I mean, that would be a terrible weapon. Although it does work quite well on graylings when I'm collecting up stone. Anyways, the shield is at level 3, but level 3 is the maximum. Why is my fire going out? Is it choking itself on smoke? That's possible. I really gotta figure out how to vent this room. Anyways. But we do need to get some better food going. I do have turnip soup. No, not turnip soup. Deer stew. I do have deer stew that I usually use here. I'm just not running out of full combat food right at the moment. But deer stew is very last level food. We need to upgrade. Same with the carrot soup and the honey. These are last level foods. We don't want to be using those anymore. We need to get better foods. Plus, we need to make sure that we have enough poison resistance potions because Bone Mass loves his poison damage. Like always, we gotta do some gathering wood and stone, and then I want to use those new materials to work on building this tower better, because at the end of the last episode I realized part of what I don't like about the tower is that it's only made to be viewed from one side. So when I was building the tower, I only considered viewing it from the angle of the island back there. If this is a watchtower, it needs to be able to defend the harbor from out in the water, which means we need some sort of like defensive emplacements around here, maybe areas to shoot from or to repel invaders that might attack. So there's a lot of room for improving the area, and I think that that would be a great way to make this place more visually interesting, and also kind of combine this little bit of nature area around the tower with still having defensive fortifications around it. Plus, I can use those fortifications to hide the crafting tables, and there is nothing that I hate worse about this island. Actually, the only thing that I hate about this island is having those crafting tables visible everywhere. I mean, look at that. They're just sitting out there all over the place. That's not appealing. But that area where all the crafting tables are hidden looks fantastic. So, we're going to work on doing that today too, and see if we can't get this whole little island looking beautiful and more defensive at the same time. So those are the goals for today's episode, and of course our ever running goal of let's not die today, because unlike the Klingons, today is not a good day for me to die. Alright, so I've been doing some cooking, and we've got most of a chest of sausages here, and a whole chest of turnip, I guess what I've started eating. And I actually ran out of boar meat, or I would have been able to cook up even more. We definitely need to push that passive mob farm up on our goal list soon. Alright, and then usually I run a second stamina food. I was thinking of doing some carrot soup, although I technically have no carrots because I haven't been planting them. But for the bone mass fight, I think I want to try using the blocking more. And in Hearth and Home, the blocking has been based more off of your ability to, more off of your health than your stamina. So, I'm going to try running with a second health food and see if that makes a difference. Alright, so I've got a good amount of food here. I've also got a stack of carrot soup with me in case I decide I don't like running with the 2 health foods and want to go back to running with 2 stamina foods. I've also got 5 fire resistance, I keep saying fire resistance, 5 poison resistance potions, and these run for 10 minutes each, so that's 50 minutes of poison resistance potions right there. If I'm fighting for that long, I'm in trouble. And then I've taken all of my other unnecessary stuff out of my inventory. I've got a bunch of iron arrows that I found while clearing out swamps, and poison arrows too. But I'm not really concerned about using these. I don't really expect to be shooting arrows at anything, really. The things I'm going to be fighting during the day is going to be Jogger, which don't do a whole lot of damage to me, especially when I block them, and I can kill them very easily. The blobs, which do poison damage, I'm going to be running poison resistance, so they're going to be doing next to nothing to me. And then skeletons, which haven't been a threat since I upgraded my troll armor. So they are going to do next to nothing to me. It's going to be more of the archers being annoying than anything, really. So the only reason why I really expect to shoot anything is if this fight takes so long that it becomes nighttime and a wraith comes after me. Because even though I've killed over 50 of those things, they are still a pain in the butt and very dangerous. All that's left to do is wait for the start of a new day, because my sun is starting to set over there, and I'm running low on time. I prefer to fight him during the day than during the night, because that'll reduce the number of additional mobs that I have to deal with. Oh, and the other very important thing, the withered bones. Completely useless in every regard, but this is what we use to summon the boss. And I think it's 10, but I don't remember for certain, so I should actually just grab a few more just in case I feel like it. 5 more. There we go. There's 20. I'm pretty sure that's enough to summon him twice. Alright, let's set out. Alright, here we are at the swamp. I'm going to make a quick pass around the bone mass site and make sure that there are no mobs to fight, and then we'll be set to go. And it is still so early morning that it's still kind of dark out, so hopefully you will be able to see okay. Let's get this going. And I was right, used up 10... Oh, and he is spawning right behind me, huh? Oh, belching his poison. Let's just see how well we can stick that out. Oh, man, that hurt. Oh, he's throwing something. Let's keep wailing on him. Alright, let's step back for a second and keep the mobs down. Ah, you missed. Oh, I didn't grab any health potions. That might be useful. I had poison again. I wonder how well... Ah, I missed. Okay. I feel like a lot of poison building up on me. But we're still only taking 0.7 damage a hit, so we're still doing fine there. Yeah, 200 on that. Oh, I didn't get the block up in time. 1, 2. Oh, still got second. There we go. Ouch. Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage. Let's step back for a minute and let my health regen. On the positive side, look at the damage I've done to him. I am slaughtering this guy. Alright, now it's time to just play round and round the merry-go-round for a minute while my health regenerates. Come on, skeleton, come on down. I'll bash ya. Ah. Archers. Haha. You suck. Oh. Bye, Blob. Bye, Blob. Alright, how's my health doing? Pretty good, but we can get a little bit more while we're waiting. You know, I've never gone up there and actually tried looking inside of that skull. I wonder if there's anything in the eye cavity. That would be cool. Okay, we're at full health, almost full health. Oh, you're just doing something. And spitting. Whale. Didn't get my block out in time. There we go. Ah, man, he still caught me. Alright, let's wait on. We'll keep parks. Oh, look at my stamina go down. Let's get out of here. Oh, ouch. I did not get out of there quick enough. Must have kept me in that blasting animation longer than I intended. Alright, back to round and round the merry-go-round. Alright, as soon as he comes out of that poison cloud, we'll go back to fighting him. I don't know what's going on with this fight. I've never had it so easy. Like, this is my third time, I believe, fighting him. Maybe more. And he is usually a huge, colossal pain in the butt. Still doing good. Come on. Uppercut. And, block didn't get off in time. And final hit. Yeah. Look at that ugly bow mass. Alright. Hoogan has to talk to us. What? Oh, that's gotta be Hoogan glowing. Yeah. Alright. We have a new gift, the wishbone. We can sense hidden objects like silver veins and buried treasure, which, as far as I can tell, those are the only two hidden objects. It's kind of disappointing, really. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to have more hidden stuff around the world. Alright, let's see if we can get up here, beat up on that skeleton, and then I think I might kill Bowmass again, just because that was such an easy fight. And I wouldn't mind having a trophy. Well, you can definitely get inside of the skull. Hi. Can you walk backwards? No? Watch, I get stuck in there and die. Lose all my stuff. Alright, let's see what we can do with the eye sockets now. Yeah. This should be my thumbnail, right here. I want a Bowmass trophy for myself, so I'm going to kick his butt again. What the heck? Oh, they never there. Alright, he's fun. Let's get in there. Yes, I got the block up in time. Ha! Down goes the bowmass. It's time for the ever fun hanging up of the trophy. What, you gotta talk? Talk. Say something. I don't know why, but sometimes when I hang up the trophy, it'll talk to me. And it'll say additional stuff. But it only happens once in a while, and I don't understand what makes it happen. This trophy is very animated. Gotta give it credit for that. Look at all those skulls in there. How many of those used to be past people like me? I like this guy who, his head doesn't move at all. He just has a little bit flaring around his eyes. And this guy, his eyes just kind of twinkle a little bit. I think everything else is just the shadows from the trees. Also, why can't I collect up chain from this guy? Because, I mean, I would happily kill this guy to get some chain. Look at that. He's got chain all over him. Alright, now we have my favorite Forsaken power. Bowmass Spirit lives in me. Yeah, I'm basically immune to most damage because most things do blunt, slashing, or piercing damage. You know, now we've got a Bowmass trophy to hang up around the base somewhere, and I've got a couple of Ekathir trophies because I went and beat him up for a video that I didn't end up making. And yeah, I feel like we need the Elder trophy so we have one of those too. Why don't we go kill the Elder? That won't take long. Let's gear back up. You know, I've never felt the... I've never fought the Elder in hand-to-hand before. Let's see how well that works. I'm spawning over here. Let's get up nice and close to start off with. Well, he certainly doesn't like our opening hits. Which is not surprising, we are wildly overpowered compared to him. What else do you do in hand to hand? Ooh, you can summon up some tendrils. Ooh. That stomp all you got? Yeah, it is a pretty decent effective stomp. Don't get me wrong there, Elder. Although I didn't actually see how much damage that did. Yeah, I wonder if it's actually viable to fight him in hand to hand normally. Yeah, he only did 12 damage to me. It's hardly even worth blocking. Although at the moment, I need to let my stamina come back. Come on, let's wander around for a moment. Yeah, those things are annoying. Quit that. And bye-bye, Elder. Hey, quit it. That was not a very hard fight. It's like we're wildly over leveled for fighting him or something. But that was kind of fun. I haven't fought the Elder for a long time. Alright, we got ourselves a new key and an Elder trophy. Let's head back home. We have trophies for the first 3 bosses now. I think we need to add something new to our building ideas list over here. I think we need to... let's see. We can take out this one. We need ourselves some boss display stands. And then we can have like little shrines to fighting the boss around here somewhere. Each one could be like in a different spot, spread out over the island maybe. I think that sounds like a good future idea for building. Hello! So, I am dressed a little bit differently than I was just a minute ago. I've got a stylish wolf cape and some nice shiny silver armor. So my brother Prophet and I get together and play a couple times a week. And in our multiplayer Valheim world, we just finished off Ugloth in the last time that we played. and he's the fifth and final boss. So we didn't know what we were gonna play or what we were gonna do. So he hopped into this world and we went running around up in the mountains and played together for a couple hours. And I'll show you some clips of that, but we weren't set up to record, so they'll all be dubbed over from my point of view. So we decided to run around in the mountains and we had a good time playing together. And we made some new friends. Unfortunately, these ones ate my face. I got myself too low on stamina trying to get up these rugged hills because this is an exceptionally steep and rocky mountain. And I was trying to outblock them, but I was just got too low on health, and I really should have just hit the stamina potion because then I would have had the stamina to kill them both, and I would have lived. But I messed up. But we made some other new friends. Unfortunately, they had a tendency of breaking also, which is kind of sad. But we found some nice places to live, and this one had a map in it. So we found where the next boss is, or we went mining a little bit, and we found this lovely double silver vein. And Prophet did most of the digging on this one while I was digging out a second silver, or third, I guess, silver vein that was like buried underneath of huge rocks, so I had to dig out the rocks the whole time. It wasn't nearly as much fun. But these things are just so much fun to break and have it all cascade down around you like this. And I actually feel like it's a lot faster to just mine out around them and break them all at once like this than it is to break the individual pieces. Because these things do not take long to mine out. And then we limped all the ore down in one wildly overloaded load and got it to a cart so that we could run it through the dark forest out to the northern edge of the ocean. Well, the northern edge of the landmass to the ocean. And I flipped it right there at the end, but it's okay. And then we built a boat, and we're gonna grab all this stuff and sail it on home. Prophet wanted to hop on the front and ride up there, plus I knew most of my way around the area, and there's a lot of rocks in this world. So he gave me the molder power, and off we went. Molder is a wonderful power when you're sailing, because it makes it so that the wind is always behind you, no matter what direction you start sailing. And we got home late that night, and dropped off all the stuff. We got all the ore put away, and then got the smelter loaded up, got some of the silver, and unlocked a ton of new recipes. Then we went back to the mountains to keep playing around, and sadly we broke a few more of our friends. And another one too. Pretty sure there was a few more that I just didn't find when I was scanning through the footage. And then at the end, I thanked Prophet for his help, because he's always low on feathers in his world, and I throw the harpoon at the birds on this island all the time, so I've got almost 2 chests worth of feathers. So I gave him 4 stacks. And so at the beginning of the episode, I talked about how I wanted to work on this island more and expand it out and get some defenses going. And well, I don't think these are necessarily the most realistic defenses. I feel like it came out really amazingly compared to what it was before, and that it really brings or really ties the tower into the island and makes it all feel like it's connected in one larger building, not just this tower that's sitting on an island. One thing I really love is how these walkways feel very square and geometrical, and I feel like that really helps tie together the tower with the rest of the area. And I feel like that these walkways really take away from how square and blocky the tower ended up looking from a distance, and I think it looks way better, so I am super happy with this. But there is a slight downside. So I actually feel like now that I've got all this in here, and I actually have a little bit more work to do out of the back, but I feel like there's too much geometrical shape to it and it needs a little bit more organic shape to break it up. So my plan is I want to try adding in some trees. And I was thinking these 2 tree types here are the most obvious ones to use. We got the beech and the birch. And I was trying to decide, because my main concern is that these beech trees are so tall that they would just kind of override the tower. But I was looking back here at these trees, trying to get kind of an idea of how tall the different tree types were, And look at this one. This one's not very tall at all. And wow, is that thing leaning over in the wind. Yeah. So I think that a couple of these birch trees would be perfect around there. They're not too tall that they're going to overpower the tower, but at the same time they're giving that organic shape that breaks up the geometrical shapes. And I even love the idea of how they waver around in the wind will help kind of give this place some motion and animation. And I think that will be a huge bonus also. You know, when it comes to recording, the weather in Valheim is a huge pain in the butt. I just went to sleep, I woke up, it's the next morning, and it's so foggy I can't even see across my docks. Well, I ran off and worked for about 10 minutes somewhere else and then came back, and I was all set to complain about how my trees on the island hadn't grown because they hadn't grown before I left. It had been like 5 in-game days. And when I got back, they're all grown up. So, I like this one around back. It's nice and short. That's kind of what I was hoping for. That one in front there is a bit big. So I think I'm going to chop that one down and replant it. Well, this big tall tree here looks great off to the side there. But as I expected, it really obscures my vision being able to see the pass going into the side of the little bay here. And that just won't do for a watchtower. So we're going to have to take that down. The one on the back, however, is fantastic. It's nice and small, and it's just there. It doesn't obscure any important view. It's perfect. So let's go chop this one down and replant it. Timber! We've got the back done now. Oh, I missed the piece. I don't have any wood on me either. Missed that one bar right in front of my feet. Darn it. Okay. All in all, I'm really happy with this. This little tree back here really helps break up the harshness of the just geometric straight lines that are going on with this build. So I also took and ripped out the back wall of this tower and put in a nice little archway right here so that you can walk out the back, and that would just let the defenders of the island be able to get to the different areas quicker that way. All in all, I'm really happy with how this place came out. The only thing that I meant to do that I didn't get done today was the smoke venting for this hearth. So there's no real good way to vent the smoke out of here, because if I just break out this wall, one, that's kind of a structural thing, and I don't know if I can just break that out. And two, even if I did, the smoke's gonna come up into this room before it just goes out that spot. Unless I put some sort of like mantelpiece over this. You know, that's plausible. I think I have some wood in here actually. Let's see what we can do with that. Yeah, let's do like that, and then maybe some horizontal water pieces. I'll just get perfect. Alright, and then let's match these 28 or 26 degree roof pieces. And getting here so I can see on the inside. Okay, let's add it like that. That's looking promising. Bring down just the other roof pieces. There we go. Yeah, I think that will actually vent the smoke out. Where's my little piece? There we go. That should vent the smoke from the hearth out, and I don't think you'll be able to see it from the outside because of how big or thick the stone is. But we still have to break out this wall and create some opening out there. So let's see if we can go up higher. You know, I don't think that is structural actually. Yeah, so that comes out right here. So if we just take and break this and this. There we go. Yeah, no smoke's venting into the room. You can kind of see out the back, but oh well. The smoke is so thick there that it obscures it actually pretty nicely. I'm gonna call that good. Yeah, what do we want to do out here? Because that right there doesn't look the greatest. That's weird. It doesn't match any other style that I have on here. I feel like that looks like some sort of weird Norse rune. So that's not bad at all. Alright. Now we have some dancing firelights on the back wall. How is that producing more light than these sconces that are right there? We've achieved all of our goals except for that last tree growing that we'll take care of in the next episode. And we're out of time. So, We didn't get much wood gathered, but we definitely gathered tons of stone. We're going to have to gather that wood in the next episode, because talk. Enhance the tower. We built it up nicely. Prep for the boss. He is done and dead, and we even broke his bones twice. Don't croak. Well, I almost got away from that one. Not too bad all in all, because fighting the most difficult boss to me in the game twice, and venturing into the mountains for the first time, and only dying once is actually not bad at all. And even though our skills took a hit, look at my run, it's up to a massive 72. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. It's been fun. I've enjoyed making this episode and fighting the boss and doing the building and running around in some mountains with Prophet. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video too. But until I see you next time, have fun gaming, and goodbye.